It's the toughest lineup of poker stars ever gathered, but only one will be crowned champion. This is one poker show you won't want to miss. Last time, in the first match of the new season, it was the newbies who finished top 3, and Premier League old-timers, the Fish, Roland DeWolf, and defending champion Andy Black were left bruised in their wake.
I mean, commenting, oh, Andrew looks weak, or, you know, it's just totally not on.
I had a bad feeling at the start of this hand.
See you later, guys. Good luck. It's the same old bullshit, the Premier League.
Had enough of your left. Just keep quiet. Yeah, no more. Yeah, just shut up, be quiet, don't say another word.
Coming up, the second half of the field are in action, and all eyes are on Phil Hellmuth. It was a poor performance last season.
Fish, what the fuck? I want the limo. I'm ready to go. I don't want to hang out. It's almost like I'm being cheated. I never have a fucking hand in 3 days here.
Now he's back with a point to prove.
We're like in the old West right now, man, and I've been the fastest gun in the West for about 15 years. Boom, 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 boom. And these young guns, they can't get me out of the bar, man. I'm drinking a whiskey, drinking a beer, watching a little television. Life is good. Why should I go fight them? But now we're at the Premier League, and now we're going to find out how fast can these young guns draw. Because now I'm here, both guns fully loaded, ready to go.
The other half of the Premier League now taken to the table. These 6, first time on the felt. And Devilfish, I think we got a good match in store for us. I mean, Tom Dwan here, you said you play with him in Vegas. He's big on the internet. They call him Durrr.
Yeah, I played with him in Bobby's room in the big game there. I got out of trouble. I think I won about 1.4 million, and he put a little bit in there for me.
He looks relaxed here, but he's going to have to worry about a couple people, especially Tony G in his ear.
Yeah, Tony can talk him to death, and Phil as well. He's got it in stereo.
Sitting next to Vicky Coren, who she's going to have her hands full in this Premier League, isn't she? Seat number 4. Champion in the first Premier League, nearly dead last in the second, Juha Helppi. In seat number 5, a new face, the Serb, Nenad Medic. Will he feel the pressure here? He's certainly going to have pressure from his left. It's the poker brat, Phil Hellmuth.
Yeah, I'm going to get a few conversations through the glass tonight, I think.
You can see the chips on the table. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds 5,000 each. There's 100,000 in front of every player and 600K in play. Cards ready to roll here, Devilfish. I mean, you said Tony's going to start chirping. Do you think one of these he's looking at someone to pick on here?
Well, they're probably all going to try and pick on Deb because he's the quietest kid on the table.
Which isn't very much for that anyway.
So I imagine he's going to get the brunt of everybody's abuse.
He's got a reputation, Dwan, for playing lots of pots. I mean, do you think he's going to be able to slow it down here in this format? Does he need to?
Well, I told him to. I've had a little bet on him, as I said, so I've told him you don't have to rock and roll too much in the first 2 levels.
Will he listen? This is his first chance. Phil Hellmuth has raised from the button.
He's got the best hand now. Oh, well, he should have re-popped it, I guess.
Really, even in his first level?
Yeah, I mean, Phil, you know Phil. I mean, Phil put 2 kings down.
Everybody said it was going to be the Dwan Hellmuth matchup, and here the first hand, we've got it.
I guess we need an ace 10-8 flop. It'll get a bit of action. Look at that. Nailed it there. Wow, look at this. He's flopped the full house as Tom.
Yeah, and Hellmuth's got a flush draw.
Yeah, I know. Almost got a fire out here. And you know what? If Tom put a little raise in on him, Hellmuth could move in with a flush draw. He could do. Stone dead.
You think there's an argument for fast play in this?
Well, if you call him, you're not going to get another penny off him.
Call.
I don't like the call. You're not going to get another penny off him unless he hits the flush, of course. Then, you know, obviously, then you're going to get a bit more.
If Phil Hellmuth hits a flush here, Devil, this could be the end of the Premier League for him.
We want to see the 8 of hearts come off here. The old first nose. It's Amanda, baby. I knew it was coming. No. It's scary, huh? Tom, don't give him a free card, Tom, because if you do, he's going to hit that straight flush on you.
You can see, yeah, I mean, he's got 5%. He's actually got 2 outs in his deck.
8,000.
Now that Hellmuth has bet this turn, Devilfish, does Dwan know he has to have something? I mean...
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's open. He's got ace king here. He could put a little raising on him here, but I don't know.
Can't make a big pot unless he tries now, right?
Well, that's right. I mean, you know, you've got to raise it up now. At the end, it's too late.
Call.
He just called him again after thinking for a long time. Now, Phil's put him on the ace here. Oh, the flush draw, obviously, and so Phil's got to catch that 7 of hearts here. He should do. I mean, he usually catches that one out, no problem. Oh no.
I mean, these guys have played some massive pots on TV when neither one of them had a pair.
You know, Phil has to put a big bet in here now, or give the pot up.
Dwan's checked this on the river. That's a huge.
Yeah.
He's checked this 3 times.
Well, it's a good check because he ain't going to get paid if he put a penny in.
29,000.
And he has the stone cold nuts. He cannot lose.
He don't know what to do. Look, he's thinking about it. Don't matter what you do, buddy, you're not going to get another $1.
You think Hellmuth can fold a flush?
I don't think you get any more money for raises.
Is Phil good enough to fold a flush?
Yeah, Phil will fold the flush, but except for it's against Tom, and he knows Tom's capable of doing a move on him to try and show him up on TV. So
These guys have both come in saying they want to get the other. They had a huge blow up in the World Heads Up last year, where Dwan took Hellmuth out after 3 hands with the 10s against the aces.
yeah.
I'm all in. All in.
Well, you know, he should have moved all in straight away. Maybe he might have. I don't think Phil's going to call him. He's going to start talking to me through the glass. Get ready for the glass talking. Can you believe this Devilfish first hand? The cooler. Listen, watch.
You're in the booth again, Fish?
Yeah, hey, I said he was going to call him,
Yeah?
didn't I? Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
You were in the booth last time when it came 5-5 ace and I had the ace 5, remember? Yeah, I lost that one too.
Yeah. You lost this one as well, Tom.
That was heads up. Remember that one?
Yeah, you lost this one as well. But you didn't have to bet this one. You could have just checked it.
He would hate to have to start off with a bagel. It's a tough place to be. He would also hate to have to let Tom Dwan bluff him the very first hand of the Premier League.
Come on, call him, Phil, just so I can take the piss out of you in the green room later, buddy. Call him.
No, he's not going to move in, obviously, with ace-king. He could have a small flush. Well, why would he move all in?
Why would you bet?
29,000 without having a small flush beat.
I don't like Phil's bet when once he's been checked to him with his jack flush, you know. I mean, what's he going to call you with? He probably ain't going to call you with ace with a bad kicker. So what's he going to call you with?
It must be ace-10, I guess. You have ace-10, huh?
Devilfish, he just said ace-10.
What the heck?
Just said ace-10.
Well, there's only certain hands you can have, you know. 2 10s, ace-10, ace-8 or ace-5, you know.
I mean, Tom's played this really well, hasn't he? Knows his customer. He check called twice and checked on the river.
The last check was the good one.
Wow, he's laid it down. Hellmuth is here to play. Hellmuth is here to play, Devilfish.
Well, yeah, it was an automatic lay down. It was a bad bet he made, you know. He shouldn't have bet at the end. Like I say, you're giving the kid a chance to re-raise you with nothing. You know, and he's not going to call you unless he's got a jack flush beat, really. I mean, what's he going to call you with? I mean, if the guy had about an ace-king, for instance,
I thought there was a good chance he was
and there's
drawing
3
that,
hearts out
actually.
there, he's not going to give you a free chance of a heart, right?
You might be the only other player
At
good
least
enough
gave
to
him an
fold
ace.
that
I figured he had to
Devilfish.
hit his kicker.
Phil's already crippled. He's 15 minutes. He's already a couple more hands. You're ready to go.
Phil's one of the very, very lucky players in poker, you know, which is why he's won so many braces at this game, because you need a lot of luck in no limit hold'em. And he just can't understand it when he goes the other way. He just don't understand it.
And Tom Dwan, he's starting his Premier League off well. He's already got 150,000.
Yeah, well, that's good. I've backed him.
Good line, Tom.
Good start.
Pass.
Hey, up
Raise
there.
to 6,000.
This is a man that can deal him out, huh?
This is the same.
This
This
is
is the
amazing.
same BS I faced in the last one of these things.
Pass.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world, Phil.
I mean, if Dwan wants to play a lot of pots, he's all of a sudden got the chips to do it, doesn't he?
Lost half my stack, or was really, really a brutal hand.
There you go. Look, we've got an ace jack
bluffing,
out
yeah.
suited.
Jack.
We've got an ace deuce suited. We've got 2 king.
A black queen and a jack in my hand, Juha.
The Premier League, baby. It all happens here. This is where you want to be watching.
I was singing
Tony
about
G has just called the men at Grays. I mean, what do you know about Nenad's game?
He's, you know, he's solid, but he can rock and roll a little bit.
But if they never showed that ace-5 hand, it would be great. Would have been
And
great.
even though G's got nothing, is he good enough to get away from
Call on
this?
the
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, nothing to him is a big hand.
criticized it anyway, I think. You
He's
criticized it, right?
he's thinking about the hand coming next
9,000.
card.
What was the hand?
I said that I thought no ordinary player could pass that hand, but you would be capable.
I raised it up with ace-5. It came 5-5 ace. I was heads up.
Yeah, so you shouldn't have been raising up with ace-5, and you shouldn't have been raising up with 9
Checked,
jack
and
in
a
the last
9
hand,
came
right?
off.
Yes.
And
That's
I
what he'd
bet
say to
when
me.
Called, and then a 7 on the river.
Well, Devilfish, Nenad, Medic there. We've got the newbies have done very well in this Premier League so
You got some
far.
cocktails in
And
there.
Medic and
Really drinking?
Dwan are starting off well here.
Is it live?
I mean, the only thing that can make Tony happier than actually winning chips is seeing Phil get crippled early.
Oh, yeah.
You can see how excited he is.
Right beside him.
Raised to 6,000 total.
And Medic's, he's grueling from the first position.
Yeah, he's got a nice suited in a short-handed game. It's okay. But you see this, I was just going to say, you know, when Amanda deals, you know,
Pass.
this 6 of hearts is no good, you know. She deals some cards out, this girl. Don't worry about
Pass.
that.
And this is the second time Tony has just cold-called the raise. This time it's a bit of a slow play, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, she could get a job in a casino, you know when somebody's hitting form, you know.
Turn, and then
Oh, look at this flop, look. He's got the flush draws, Medic, and Tony's got the 2 queens.
9,000.
Now, what's Tony going to do now? He don't like the queen, but he's going to call.
Yeah, I mean, if the nod keeps the lead here,
Yeah.
can he take Tony off this hand?
King of hearts would be a good card. Tony won't believe he's got a king, and he ain't going to put him on the flush draw.
Should the nod be betting again here?
Well, I'll check call, I think, yeah. Because if you bet and he moves in, what are you going to do now?
15,000. Call.
And is Tony paying this off to
Yeah,
reevaluate on the river, or is
Well-
he paying to call another bet on the
Well,
river?
Tony don't want to raise just in case he's got the king. Total blank. I guess it's going to be a check
Check.
now, and Tony's going to win it. No point betting, you see, Tony, really. There's no point betting. You can't get called with that king out there.
Okay.
Ace high.
Yeah, Tony played that pretty good. As it happens, you know, if it comes to 2 hearts without the king, they maybe get all the money in there. I mean, it's possible.
1 win, 1 loss right now for the Canadian.
Yeah, he's ordered a drink. He might not be around for
Is
it.
there a balance flop? Yeah, he's there. Cold.
Do you think Tony
He's
G
very
seems like
quickly,
a
it's
different
so
man this
cool.
year than the last
Gotta
Premier
at least
League
get a free
Devilfish?
drink
He
out of it.
seems a little bit happier.
Yeah, well, he's put a bit of weight on. I think he's been eating well. I think the money's coming in.
Raised to 5,000
enjoying himself.
total.
He likes it when Phil's on the table too, you know.
Call.
Dwan's
Pass.
made it 5K, and Tony's right with him.
Pass.
Neither one of them
Pass.
have much.
No. Well, this should come somewhere like about. We're going to have a 10 on the flop for definite, right? For action. I guess it's going to be somewhere like 9, 10 something. Oh. Well, you know, somewhere near there, wasn't it?
They both made a pair, top and
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah, we knew they both catch something.
Check. Check.
Dwan's checking that to be tricky.
Yeah, but he's not going to get a lot of action unless Tony outdraws him. So he's got to be betting.
Check. 7,000.
Well, Dwan will call this for definite. Probably wish he'd bet the flop now.
Is call the right play for him? I mean, should
Yeah,
overall?
yeah, just call
Just
now.
check
The
and
aces
call.
come off. Yeah,
see what happens on the river?
yeah.
Oh, they have cards in the viewfinders?
And is Tony done with this?
Well, it depends what comes off here, I guess. But Tony's going to check it.
It's an etiquette thing?
There's the 10 I was on about, but yeah, he's going to check it. check, I guess.
Check. Check.
Queen. Yeah.
Right. Take it down.
Queen works, and
Yeah.
Dwan gets the money.
If Phil loses another about half of his chips he's got left, you're going to see him start to boil.
He's like one of them teapots, isn't he?
Yeah, only he's a bit more ugly. But yeah, he's like a teapot. Yeah,
Pass.
he's ready to
Pass.
explode.
Pass. Pass.
And there's no way he's going to knock the
Oh.
opportunity to play with Durrr again.
Well, he's got him strangled. I think Dad's going to win this, though. I think they're both going to miss the flop, and Dad's going to win it. There you go. And now you can just pass the money over to Dad.
Check. 3,000.
And it's easy for him to bet here, Devilfish. He's in position. He's got chips. Phil's checked. All that.
Phil's going to throw this hand away because he ain't got enough chips to do a move, I would think. But he might, I don't know. Maybe he wants to play poker, but I think he's going to throw it away. There you go.
Pass.
How's that? That's called commentating in the future, right? Before the flop even came down. Both going to miss. He's going to bet. He's going to throw it away.
Well, that's why you're one of the best readers of the game. Phil Hellmuth, nail in his coffin.
And you got a little bit more steam, look. At least he ain't talking to me now, anyway, that's good.
I wonder if he's still thinking about that flush there, Devilfish, or does he know he did the right thing?
Well, I know he don't know anything yet. He can't wait to get in the green room. Well, he don't want to get in the green room, but he'll want to know about that hand.
Helppi is another guy who feels like he got very bad luck in the last Premier League.
As the old cool deck.
Something like that.
Now, Nenad had a chance to re-raise there, but first level, it's all right to call behind like that?
We're all worried about Phil.
Well, so I mean, it's knowing your players. I mean, the thing is, this is it, right? If you call someone like Juha, right? Yeah, and you happen to catch your ace or your king on the flop, you're not going to get $1 off the guy. You know, if he's got a small pair. So if he's got a small pair, you know, if you raise him, at least it's a raise. And if he's got ace queen, you know, you might just get him to stick his money. Not at this level, but just a little bit later on in it. So I like the re-raise, buddy. You know, it gives you more chances of winning the pot. I mean, some players, an ace or a king comes, they're still going to get busy.
So Juha's not going to do too much money here.
I think he'll put one bet in, maybe. Yeah, he comes, and once he gets called, he'll give the pot up. That's it.
It's amazing to me, Vicky, if you could believe that.
I wonder what these two guys know about each other.
Nenad's just going to smooth calling me, I think.
After all you've watched me in this league.
Raised to 21.
Oh, he's raised it up. He's open now. Juha's going about an ace queen now.
I would be concerned for you.
And Helppi is not the sort to get real fancy here, is he?
No, I think it's an automatic throwaway now, you know. This is the exact point I was making about the re-raise with the ace-king. You know, you can win it there and then, and if you win an ace or a king on the flop, you're going to get a lot of money. Whereas, you know, you're not going to get anything this way. As it happens, he got 12,000. I think. How much did he get? 8,000. 9,000. So.
The bear.
It's 12 to call, and Juha would have to be.
He's throwing it away.
How much did you make it in 22?
Yeah, or 21.
Serve on Finn. That was his name online, I think, for a long time. The Serb.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been half of the first level. 7 hands they've played Devilfish. And Tom Dwan's way in front.
Yeah, we got all Phil right at the bottom, no? Exactly where I finished last year. You better get yourself in gear, baby.
The other half of the field are all watching every move from the green room, except for those busy with the side betting on rock, paper, scissors. Only $1,000 a pop.
So sick, I do that.
Back on the table, tensions are rising.
But look what happens if you play too many hands early, Phil. You end up in trouble. I guess that's why I'm taking it slow.
I can't even respond to you, Vicky. I mean, it's unbelievable. I can't. There's so many ripe comments. I have like 3 that just pop to mind that are just so perfect. But you're a girl, and I just feel like I have to just leave you alone.
Well, I appreciate that.
Only the first heat, and Vicky
There were a lot of
already
comments I had
knee-deep
to
in it
say.
with Phil. I think she's winning. Raised to 5,000, I'm guessing.
Raised to 5,000.
It's kind of relentless. I mean, what is the strategy to play against Tom Dwan now that you're watching him, when you're on the table with him, Devilfish?
Well, you know, I played him a lot, as I say, in Vegas. Basically, got to re-raise him. He can throw a hand away, no problem. You know, he's a good poker player. You know, it's not you keep smooth calling him, especially with like a pair of threes. If you don't catch it, what are you going to do if you don't catch the free?
I mean, in the later rounds, if he keeps doing this, do you think there will be a lot of re-raising?
Oh yeah. At the moment, nobody wants to go broke.
If I was right with my fold, they really like that.
Tony G peeling off with the pair, and he's missed, but that said, pair of threes is still the best pair.
Helppi's got a middle pin.
You have the king 10. It's a tough fold.
This could be checked all the way around. Yeah.
Must add the king of hearts though, right?
Oh, there's the king. Now Dwan's at the front. He'll be having a good bet here, and that'll be the end of this coup.
No danger.
He'll bet about 10,000 here, and it'll be 12,000 maybe, and that'll be the end of that. You don't want to give him a free card here, no. Well, that's not a good play.
Do you think that Tony might go for this?
That's not a good play.
Check.
You know, well, I mean, you've got 2 straight draws and 2 flush draws there, and you've got the king. Why do you want to give a free card? There you go. Look, there's the 10. Boom, straight in. You are going to win it now with a 9 jack.
Devilfish, you are psychic.
Yeah, well, it's just one good play there.
And do you think he might? Is Juha check to raise here?
Well, there's a flush there and there's an eye straight there. I don't know if he'll raise. But that's just, you know, I mean, I've backed this geezer, and that was such a bad play on the turn, you know.
He was trying to make a play on.
Although, you know, he's got King 7. I mean, he should be happy to pick the pot up there, you know.
Tom says, "What do you got?" The fin with the straight, and he can't believe he got called there.
Well, Tom's taking the, you know, Tom's having a laugh at you are, but it was Tom who played that hand bad, you know.
If you bet 14, he folds.
If you bet 50, I know.
No, you're gonna get called.
He was nervy.
I folded a big flush there. He's shocked. He's shocked about the straight.
Pass.
No, I feel like I should have called.
Pass.
Well, this is the kind of game, I mean, in this Premier League, Devilfish, if you have an opportunity to make extra chips, you have to take advantage of it, don't you? I mean...
yeah, I mean, the only good thing with that in Tom's favour is that they all seen him checking everything, so if he checks now on a draw, he's going to get free cards, you know. Nobody wants to bet at him in case he's trap checking.
No
So, you know, that's the only good thing.
Helpy has limped, Medic is checked, and they take the flop with the blinds. How's this for a cooler? Top pair for Helpy, 2 pair for Medic.
3,000.
Can Helpy get away from this one cheap? How much is it going to cost him? What should he be doing here?
Raise to 12,000.
Well, he's raising, he's going to get a re-raise now.
Is there any argument for Medic just to call here and let Juha top it on the turn?
No, I think you got to re-raise here. I mean, he could be on Jack King, for instance. You know, he could have an up-and-down straight draw. You got to raise him here now. He's got to re-raise back.
Re-raise.
In my opinion.
12,000 more.
Nah, it's basically a minimum re-raise. How serious does Juha have to think about it now? He can beat a draw, obviously. That's it?
I mean, I don't think the re-raise 12,000. Now, what's the point?
You're asking for a guy to call you if he's got a straight draw here.
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, it's cool. Well, I'm guessing the dealer's going to deal a 7 off here anyway.
Refills. Can you get the refills on the way?
Should be about the 7 of spades is. Oh no. What you are going to do now is check it.
This pot's big now. Nenad's got about 60-odd thousand there.
Yeah.
And Juha's got about 75.
I'd be moving all in here, you know, just in case he's got Jack King and 9 Jack, you know. If he's going to try and catch a straight, let him pay for it.
24,000.
Oh, he's just bet 24.
Boy, he's really...
It's like he can see his cards, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's in great shape, obviously.
Juha there, 18%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one too.
There's been some side bets going on before this heat started. Between,
that was a strong line. That made you a lot of money that you said
that. Between Juha and Nenad.
Flip over the 9. Flip over the 9.
Well, Devilfish, Nenad, Medic there. We've got the newbies have done very well in this Premier League so far. And Medic and Dwan are starting off well here. New to the Premier League this season, Canadian Nenad Medic is one of poker's fastest rising stars. The man they call Sir recently added a World Series bracelet to his WPT title.
I was actually born in Serbia. I moved to Canada when I was 5 years old, but I still go back to Serbia every summer after the World Series. It's a lot different than my poker lifestyle, and I like to go back and just I don't know, kind of get back to reality, get back to the real world. Going into a tournament, it's all about winning. And even right now, when I play a tournament, if I finish second, third, it's the worst feeling ever. Titles and championships, that's pretty much what I'm going for these days. To win this tournament would mean a lot. It would put me on the map, the European map, pretty much. And I'm excited, and I'm here to take it.
I don't have last longer bets.
Oh, I thought you did, huh?
No, I don't.
You might have Queen King. Juha might have had Queen King.
Raise to 5,000 total.
I think we're going a little slow, you know. It's going to be a long time before the first break.
We've had these where the blinds go way up before we lose a player, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is, I think, we've only played 16 hands. This is, I think, about the 10th time Dwan has raised pre-flop. And now, do you feel like there's a 7 in this deck for Tom Dwan right now?
It won't surprise me. Well, there it's on the ace-8 pre-flop again. Now, will he follow it through this time? I mean, if he bets, he's got to follow it through. He can't bet once until calls and then check it down, you know.
He's obviously technically very good from playing on the internet, Devilfish. But does he give off any tells? I mean, do you think that's what Phil's...
8,000.
Well, this is good. He's bet 8 this time. He only bet 3 last time when he never had it. I think Phil might give the 6s up this time. There you go. He changed his bet size.
No, he could easily have queen or king high.
He never had that good, buddy.
And Dwan's coming very good here. He certainly had it over on Phil a few times tonight.
Yeah.
I already called him with one pair one day.
Is this someone to be very, very careful of in the Premier League? Tom Dwan.
No, whatever feels right.
Well, you know, I mean, Tom got fortunate to flop a full house his first hand.
You'd rather not do that. It's easier to call when that way.
Does this feel familiar? Hellmuth in the cellar.
Come more comfortable.
And newbies
Cellar
on
had a
top.
smooth call, I think, yeah.
I got Tom Dwan on the brain here.
Can't let him off
He
like that.
may be a big factor in this Premier League.
Raise to 5,000.
Premier League 1 champion Juha Helppi.
Pass.
7,000
Pass.
with the ace-jack. And visor down.
I'll do 7-9 of diamonds. Hello.
Call.
It's like mother's milk to Tom Dwan right now. Both players have flopped a pair here.
Yeah.
Check.
I mean, obviously, if you play the number of pots that Tom Dwan does, you have to be as good at getting away from these medium strength.
Oh, he's
hands,
going to
right?
call 7,000, Jess, and try and catch a 9 or a 7 or a diamond.
Or be done with it.
No, he'll call 7,000. I hope we don't raise it. Yeah, I know he's calling. There you go. Now he's going to try. If a diamond, a 7 or a 9 comes off, otherwise, I think he'll give it up next go. There's a 7. Boom. Hey.
Is this the end of you?
How sweet it is, I'll tell you, baby.
Check.
I mean,
well, he's got to bet again, you are, because there's a flush draw there. You know, there's 2 spades there. He's got to bet again. He's got to bet about 16,000 or so. And then Tom's going to move in, and now he's got to decide what he's going to do after that.
what is he going to do? That's what's going to happen, though, you think?
Yeah,
that's what most players would do here, and they have to bet again.
He has to bet again. There's a flush draw there. It will be very bad to check. He's going to bet again. I would say 15,000 or so. Now Tom should move in. And poor old Jupa's going to make another decision for his tournament life.
Come on.
There's the all-in look.
You called it out. And Juha, he's made some laydowns already tonight. Can he make another one, Devilfish? I mean, he feels like he's gotten very unlucky in this Premier League before. He feels like he's running bad.
Yeah.
And now, if you're sitting in Juha's shoes, I mean, Phil Hellmuth made a fold that left himself with 45,000. Juha knows if he folds here, Devilfish, he's still got more chips than Phil. He's still in it with 54,000. But is there a chance he's ahead here? Is there any chance he's ahead here?
Well, you know, if Tom had a hand to move in on the flop with, I think you all would have called him thinking he maybe had a flush draw. But he knows that Tom's not going to move in with a flush draw on the 10. So he knows he's either got an ace, he's got 2 pair of aces. He's thinking, this is what he's thinking, 2 pair of aces. Or he had him beat from the start, you know, like ace, king, ace, queen. That's what's running through his mind.
7-9 is what you have?
Wow, he's called it.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, the thing is Tom just smooth called him on the flop, so it looks like a 9 or a flush draw.
I'm sick. I always like to have a big hand, then I have to make a decision for all my chips. It's like, you can see it later if I fold.
He's laid it down, and Dwan's done a lot of damage tonight.
Outmaneuvered.
But at the same time,
What are you going to do?
He hasn't put anybody out yet.
Too strong.
He's done good.
Too good.
Well, he's done good.
He's getting hints.
Too strong.
This is the guy the poker world's all talking about, Tom Dwan. The most feared online player of the moment, 24-year-old Durrr is earning a reputation that could see him become one of the game's legends. With swings of millions, he's the ultimate high-stakes player.
I think I play much different than most other online players. I think a lot of online players do things wrong when they come to play live, or sometimes even when they start playing higher stakes online. There hasn't been a game of no limit hold'em in a while where I didn't think I was the best player at the table. Basically any format where it's no limit hold'em, I'm confident that I'd be a big favorite on this field. Pretty strong fold if you had a high flush. I mean, you know I have to have a full house, obviously.
Last hand of the first level,
Seemed
Tony
like
G on the button.
It seemed pretty obvious, but I
I need
don't know.
to, obviously.
I'll find out like in, an hour or whatever, 2 hours, 3 hours.
I'll tell you on a break.
Yeah, they're gonna lie to me.
Raise to 4,000 total.
I'll tell you on a break.
He had a little bit of thought, Devilfish Phil, about how to play this 9-10 suited. He's decided to make the min raise.
Call.
Yeah, I had a jack high flush.
And
Pass.
Jack 9 of hearts. Or I
Pass.
needed a. Actually, I needed a.
Call.
it's
You got a full house?
basically the
Already?
cheapest
I was
way of
drawing
getting
live
the
at
flop
2
with a hand that
outs.
wants
I
to
needed
see
queen
the
of hearts
flop.
and 7 of hearts.
These guys all have very similar cards.
Yeah, it's an old. I mean, a flop could come down here that could kill everybody. And there it is. Well, everybody's got a bit of that.
Check.
Everybody's got
8,000.
something and nobody's got too much, but Dwan's got the best.
Yeah.
Now, how should he play this?
Well, there's a lot of draws out there, you know what I mean? There's a flush draw out there, and obviously anybody who's got a 10, anybody who's got a king in the round or an 8 in the round has got a straight draw. Sorry, a 9 in the round, so really you want to try and get rid of them, but how will he play it? Raise and find out where you're at ain't a bad move.
I'm all in.
Raise.
Well,
All
there
in.
you go. How's that? That's how he's played it, and that's the end of that. Everybody's folded.
Pass.
9 jack would have been pretty cool hand to have there, right?
Yeah.
Well, Phil's going to throw this away. You can. I'm giving you 10 to 1. Do you want to bet, Jess?
Well,
but you got to bet £500 minimum.
I'll take 10 to 1 on him throwing it away
Pass.
fast. Well, see, I thought he was going to throw it away slow. They've played the first level, and it's all been Tom Dwan. He's nearly got the double up. He's put Helppi and Hellmuth under pressure.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Phil wants to stop. He wants to stop. He wants to wait for the next dealer. He wants to change everything around because he don't like the way things are going.
It could be good. It could be good.
That'd be pretty huge.
Blinds up to
That could be
2 and
huge.
4,000.
Tell him. You guys got some good TV time.
If Phil gets knocked out next, he's going to disappear back to the hotel, and I'm going to give him a phone call now about 2 o'clock in the morning. Just ask him how he did. I'll tell
Very
him.
quick. Doesn't have a lot of value, but.
Well, that's the great thing about the
Free
Premier
champagne.
League. Everyone's in the
Like
same
Snickers or
hotel for
something,
the whole
that'd be
week.
huge.
Devilfish. I mean, it is a bit of a psychological battle. People crack up, don't they?
That's right. It's like Big Brother. This ain't, this ain't just poker.
Call. Pass.
I mean, if you think that I'm a celebrity to get me out of here stuff, they want to try this. Forget about eating alligators' eyeballs or whatever it is.
Call. No raise.
Forget about eating alligators' eyeballs. Try playing Chinese poker with Roland DeWolf, huh?
Everybody wants to.
You can do it there. I mean, I knew you'd play more hands than everybody, but I also thought you'd be first out. Because this format's not good
Check.
for playing a lot of hands.
Check. Check.
We've all learned that the hard way.
Yeah, Phil says that, and he was the first one to raise with
Well, that's
9
your
jack.
natural style.
When he
Play
sat
like
down 9 jack, he raised with when he
I
first
don't
said
have a
that.
style. I just
Check.
play whatever I think is the best way.
6,000.
You tell him, buddy.
And Juha's checked the top pair twice here, Devilfish.
Yeah.
What if I was just getting a lot of hands?
16 total. Pass.
It's possible,
Should this be the end
I'm
of the
allowed to
pot
get-
here?
I mean, not as often as everyone else, but
Well,
I'm allowed to get them sometimes.
Tony's a bit of a non-believer. It just depends. Depends how
The guy that
Tony
plays
is.
every
Yeah,
hand
he's
is supposed
folded.
to be hitting all the hands.
And that was kind of important for Juha. Hellmuth there on the chop.
Yeah. Yeah, I needed a pint of blood.
Should be a rule. If you play too many hands, you should get punished.
What's too many?
Who's the judge?
I think if you play too
You
few.
told me I didn't play enough hands.
Yeah, I think if you play too few.
It's like I
What's the
know
line
that.
here?
You know, Phil likes to tell
7
everybody
hands
else to
now.
play the game, you know, and how they should play.
What kind of odds do I get?
You get, because you're low stacked, 950 for 1 million.
Is that bet open to ball takers?
It's me and
Ah, right.
Pass.
You thought it's my blind or what? You were about to bet.
Pass. Pass.
you're in.
I'm thinking
Last
about
time
it.
wasn't that good.
I think it's a very interesting
You did
bet.
better doing
You can bet whatever you can afford with that amount.
What do you think about that bet, Devilfish? I mean,
Whatever I can afford.
not that it's ever going to
I
happen.
think it's what we just call TV talk. You know.
No worries.
It's like after the first Premier League, Hellmuth and Tony G played head up cash back at the hotel. And
You want to take it? You want to take it?
Check.
No.
this is a cold
Didn't say
deckhand.
that.
Look at this. Now Juha's got Nenad.
Yeah,
6,000.
And I mean, Medic's got a big hand here. Top pair, not flush draw.
yeah.
You should take it.
Well, I don't think. I mean, UR hasn't got him yet. I mean, the club's likely to come up.
Take it on me. I like bets on
You
me.
can have it 3 ways.
They're more fun.
Cool.
Saying
I think we should
this
just
call
call.
by Juha
Call
is just
make a
because he
bet.
wants to make sure no
50,000.
club comes on the turn type of thing, or is
Yeah.
it because he's trapping? I mean,
Well, I mean, I don't like the trap because, you know, I mean, if the guy has got the ace of clubs, you know, make him pay, you know, get the money in your favourite, your big favourite. You're better than 2-to-1 favourite.
so Juha right now has basically lost the opportunity to make this a
I think I
big
just
pot.
wanna
Is
lose
it?
every time.
And now it's just going to be
I want to take it away.
he's going to bet. He's not even going to get called now. The kings come over and the 10.
Because he's
Was it just an unlucky situation, or was it? Was there?
No,
was
he
it
had-
truly would have been better for him to fast play here?
He
I
had,
mean,
yeah, he had his opportunity there to get all the chips in. I'm pretty certain I made a call him with top pair and the nut flush draw. And now he's just not going to get any more money. That's it, finished.
I mean, it's the second time they've gone blind on blind. The second time it's been a bit of a cold deck flop. And last time Medic fast played, made the pot big. This time Juha slow played, and he let Medic get away.
very
Yeah.
strong market. You can bet 95 to 100. I mean,
Medic's not thinking of calling. He was wondering whether to raise with a dry ace of clubs, but this is Oldham, you know, they don't believe it, so they're going to call you with any flush. You've got to just throw it away. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Press.
Let me just think.
Yeah, if you had a fast play that on the flop, I think you'd have doubled
I
up.
saw a card there that was conducive to putting many chips in the pot. I mean, I guess in a different game, but still.
Yeah. And oh my.
Food's up for the
here
players,
it comes, Ron, the pizza delivery man. Oh.
but not even cheese can stop the banter.
We should have a big side bet this year. I'll give you odds as well. Who scores more points, me or you? $1 million. That's how big you are.
A lot of celebrities these days. Devilfish, Michael Phelps,
Eat the chips.
Pass.
Michael
I
Jordan,
think the pizza would taste better.
Joey Chestnut.
Pass.
Yeah, that's Roland's problem. Yeah, he takes bankroll, so.
Pass.
You're going to get a walk one day.
All right. Wow. Maybe tomorrow.
Cool.
Do you think Tom Dwan will ever give a walk
No worries.
to Tony G in the big blind?
In pure fear.
Tony's saying that Tom thought he had a hand there, so
Very good.
that's why he gave him the walk.
I got more than I started with.
He's outflopped him again.
Sorry, you're doing good.
6,000.
That's
Cool.
it.
All profit.
What is going to happen on the turn? Bet and call. Tony with bottom pair.
Probably check. Oh no, he won't be.
Given the hands I've been getting, I
Tony's
think
just
we're
made
an
2
excellent
pair.
result.
And this is the first time that Tom's been outturned.
What's a big stack for a B?
Can he get away from it now? Is it
Well,
pretty
Tony-
automatic?
Tony's got a bet now. There's a freak. I can't believe if he checks, this is such a bad check. Has he checked it?
Not yet. Yeah, he has.
Yeah. Well, Tony's playing about the West. I've seen him play, to be truthful. He threw the ace jack away, and now he's checking with a straight draw there, and 3 clubs out there.
Too many scary cards on the river for him.
Check.
He has to bet the 10. He had to bet the 10.
12,000.
It's like he's a bit. This Dwan's got it. I think Dwan's got in Tony's head a bit.
Cool.
I can't believe he's called with a 7. Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
Maybe Tom was thinking like you. He couldn't believe he could ever check the turn.
Crazy.
It's a bad card.
Bad card. think you'd take it.
The one thing that'll make Tony feel very good. He's got plenty to say now.
You've been like all in 20% of the hands play, so.
What is it?
I mean,
that's a good point. You bet he goes all in.
That's a good counterpoint.
I guess you got it.
You're looking good. You must be out of the gym all the time.
I wouldn't say all the time.
Medic in the
Very
big blind for
occasionally.
4K.
Very occasionally.
And, well, there's no way Durr's folding this. There's no way Durr's folding anything, actually.
Price 10,000 total.
You're certainly not going to fold this one.
So see, I can't call now.
It's almost like now that the blinds have gone up to the second level, Devilfish, Tony's done calling the Durr raises.
Pass.
Everybody's done calling the Durr raises.
Pass.
He's got the perfect hand here to get a big pot if the flop comes right.
Cool.
It's a tough hand to play, isn't it? I mean,
75?
ace 9 to the raise. I mean, the ace comes and then what? He's right, though.
75, 80, somewhere in there.
75.
Look at this flop.
Wow.
Here we go. Boom.
Check.
Check.
Now then, if Dwan moves here, bet it could go all in. You bet about 20. Oh, both checked it. Wow. If the hat comes off, what's going to happen here? It should do. It should do. We've seen it all before here. Oh no.
Check.
I mean, where does Tom Dwan put Nenad? I mean, he knows he's not calling him with nothing, right? So
Yeah, but now the king's a pretty good scare card. He's checked the flop, so it looks like he might have ace king. So he could come on and bet this and represent. I think I would do.
and I mean,
He's gonna get called for definite. He's gonna get called with a no flush draw.
he's bet 14. It's a lot bigger percentage of a Nenad stack than it is Tom Dwan's. And I mean, if he can find a raised,
Well, if the hat goes in, Medic's gonna. If it comes over, he's gonna double up. If the ace comes off,
I mean, what two options is Nenad between here? Is he between making a little raise here and calling? Is that what he's between?
I mean, he's just got to call. I don't think he can raise now.
Raise.
Oh, yes, Tom.
Can he be sure that Tom? I mean, does he think that Tom doesn't have a king, or is he just gambling here?
He's just hoping. He's just hoping he hasn't got a king, and if he has got a king, he's got outs. He can catch the ace or the 9. Just throw it away, Tom. That's it. Quietly throw it away. Don't call.
It's a funny situation, Devilfish.
Free raise all in.
No.
In a Medic's wildest dreams, he wouldn't consider he's in such good shape here, right? I mean,
No. No.
It's a king he's up against. It's from where he's sitting, right?
Yep.
I mean, obviously, if this were sort of just a one table and one event, it'd be one thing. But because of the tactics of the league format, is there an argument for folding here to try and grab some points?
Yeah. You know, he's getting the right price to catch the flush, Nelly. And if the ace is good too, he's definitely getting the right price. You know.
And he knows if he calls and wins Devilfish, he's bang on to try and get 10 points here, right?
Yeah. I couldn't throw it away. I hope he throws it away, but I don't think he can.
I don't know, just shit it. I'm gonna have to get lucky.
Cool.
He doesn't have to get lucky.
Flush draw.
What kind?
The nut.
Yeah, well, you play your hand here, buddy.
It's the first stumbling block for Tom Dwan.
Oh, why couldn't you have had like 2 red chips hidden in that stack where you could have folded?
Need to get unlucky.
That would have been strong if you had like 2 red chips hidden in the stack.
Medic doesn't need to hit his flush anymore.
I think he's going to hit a 10 or a jack here. I'm pretty certain. I'm going to call the jack of spades. How's that?
Oh.
He's hit the 10.
Sorry,
He's hit the 10, Devil.
I was just looked. The jack of spades had already gone. I just looked.
That's unbelievable.
Well, I know. I just did call it. I mean, I said late the 10 or the jack. I've seen it all before.
He's completely golden right now, Dwan.
Huh?
But
27. Good luck, guys.
Or call me if you end up doing it.
Nenad didn't need to hit his flush. He just needed to avoid Tom hitting the pair on the river, but the 10 came in. And not only does that send a message for this heat to these players, but it sends a message for the entire Premier League.
I told them to, because you want to play with me.
I'll be a big favorite when the money goes in, because you're not afraid to mount up.
And I mean, if there is any sort of tactical considerations here, Devilfish, look at this. Hellmuth and Juha, they both have made some big folds to survive. And Medic, who looked like he was in great shape all night, has got the bagel.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, he hadn't really put a foot wrong, you know, Medic. Just unlucky.
You're not going to be the favorite all the time.
Oh, I thought you were going to say any of the times. I would have taken
I know neither Juha and Phil are delighted right now, but certainly they'll feel like they've at least got 2 points that they weren't guaranteed when this thing sat down.
Look at this, crew, Jess. Dwan's raised with Jack Queen, Elmer smooth call with Kings, and checked out of town. And checked in the dark.
He's checked in the dark, out of possession.
No, all on the flop.
Now, if he checks again and the 10 ball comes off, they can really have a good laugh at Phil. Check it. He's got it. Don't bet. No.
You won that year.
You can't be that happy.
I think he is pretty happy.
Things to do.
2-pair?
Well, this is a huge situation for Hellmuth, Devilfish. There's 88,000 in there.
Back doors.
Pretty happy.
He sold the check in the dark pretty well here, Phil Hellmuth.
I don't know. He fell for it, really. I mean,
Yeah, I had a little swap.
that was just
kind of automatic.
I was just so obvious he had a big pair there.
Nice hand.
Double up for Hellmuth, who's not going to be far away from where he started. I mean, after what happened to him the very first hand, he must be feeling pretty good.
I trapped him. That's what I wanted.
You can't ignore this man's achievements. Phil Hellmuth won a record-breaking 11 World Series of Poker bracelets. The Poker Brat is regarded as the best tournament player ever, with an ego to match.
I haven't really had a chance to sit down and compete live against people in a couple of months, man. And I'm ready. I mean, I really want to play. And I'm motivated because I want to win, you know? And so what motivates me? I want to show the world I'm the best Hold'em player in the world still. 15 years ago I was, 14 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. No one disputes that. I want to show the world that I'm the best Hold'em player in the world now, today. This is the 3rd season, and it's the best season so far. We have great players, we have plenty of personality, it's going to be fun to watch, and so bring it on.
Line, I mean, you really haven't played with me where I've had.
I saw him destroy you in the heads-up thing.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I got it in behind and sucked out. Standard. That's what I try to do every time I play.
It's not bad. I've done it.
Pass. Raise 10,000 tokens.
The aces are out.
Yeah. We just had the Kings out, now the aces are out. Now, will Phil try and do a move here on LP?
Well, he says, Devilfish, I've heard him say many times, he says, if someone at the table has aces, the great players somehow know it.
Well, I just think that was that he knew he had ace 8.
I think you're right.
Let's hope Tom don't do another move here. He's got to look at you as chip stack and realise he's got to gamble. And he's got to throw his hand away.
Come on.
No. Wow, I don't like this plan. You are likes it.
This is a new style of poker, boys.
And there's a 3. There's a 3, Devilfish.
I thought he had 2 threes. No, 2 free.
Quickly.
Yeah. One.
Cool.
Count 'em too, huh?
I'll tell you what, the 2 short stacks, Dwan's about to double them both up. There's 160K in this pot. Yeah. He's not even going to be the chip leader after this.
Oh, 2 clubs are gone.
It's not a good little flop.
3 aces.
5 reduced now.
7.
We're live.
7.
7.
Any low card pretty much gives him a straight draw. There's one.
A 7.
Any 5.
You shouldn't even...
Any 5.
Now, I mean, Tom is a cool character. Juha's feeling great, but Devilfish, is he starting to think, oh Lord, what have I done?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be feeling just a little bit foolish now, you know, he got too busy. And I'm feeling a bit sick because I'm banked.
Looking at Tom Dwan's worm, Devilfish, you can see his chip history up to about 240, and now in 2 hands, he's been cut in half.
I love you, Dad. That's more important.
Well,
It is
in the
more
first
important.
Premier League, that was the one where you kept moving on me with king high and queen high all the time.
First time I ever met Phil Hellmuth was outside of the Binions Horseshoe Casino in about '97, I'm guessing. And he was kicking a palm tree, stood outside there.
He was kicking the palm tree.
Yeah, and I walked by him and I says, yo, I says, well, when you kick something that kicks back.
Why would you have your phone?
Why would I?
Cool.
You get used to it.
Have you not played in a TV tournament before?
I've played in a lot of
No.
them.
But then they normally let you have the phone. But like like when they're filming a multi-table thing, it's different than if it's in a
No,
studio.
I've done like poker after darts and stuff. And
Really, they let you have the phone.
Little limp by.
it's because of the green room thing here. That's why they don't let you.
Yeah.
Because here, so many people have access.
If any of
but-
those sharks in the green room are going to helpfully phone and say,
Well, I
king
just
high
think
might
the
be good, but
people in the poker after dark who have access to the cards don't have their phones on them. That's a better way of doing it, obviously.
I don't think so. Just in case they do. It does. You can stay
I'll tell
with
you
that.
what, Juha was in a
They can stay
situation,
without a
Devilfish,
cigarette.
I think coming in here, where if he got knocked out
that is-
first or
that is
second,
hard
it would have been
work.
hard for his confidence. The fact that he's come back here now has 160,000. It's going to be big for him right now.
That would suck.
What about my confidence? Yes, I got knocked out
Turn
first.
up and go all in more.
Devilfish, you don't need to have. You've got enough confidence.
It's too early.
You can stand it. You've
What
got
do
too
you
much
mean? He's been
character.
on like 8 times.
You've tried your
You
best.
was on once. Neither one of you either at all. Nenad once, and me once. He's been on like 8 times already.
It's true.
Pass.
I'll tell you one thing, nobody has disagreed with the fact that Tom Dwan deserves to be here, and he's going to be a lot of fun in this Premier League, that's for sure.
Yeah. If he keeps slapping Phil around for the week, we're going to have some fireworks.
Phil has been nearly as eager to play pots with Tom Dwan as Tom has with him.
There you go.
All right, I'll let you rob me again.
He's robbing you.
Can you check the flop when I get one pair? We both check it and then all the money goes on.
Yeah, that's
That's not that much.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
forgot they
no,
pay
I
out
mean,
per
you're
points.
right,
Yeah.
you get it on the
How
best
many
hands.
points do they
The
pay?
maximum
I
you
wonder
get
how
is
many times.
120.
I wonder how many times
If you
you
get
get all
10
your
points
money in
per
against
heat
me
and win the final,
on
you
the
get
turn
420.
or the flop or the river, a turn or flop where you actually have
I didn't
the
bet
best
the
hand.
flop because I was worried I'm behind. Although I had it.
Should be
I
100K
wonder
buy-in.
how many times you'd actually have that position.
It should be
Another
more.
one.
Having committed with
25
the
per
250 buy-in.
Yeah, I told him.
I think there's
But I think
just so many
there's
ways you
poker
just
economy,
lose
there's more money in it now.
most of your chips to me.
Should be bigger buy-ins.
After calling that raise.
I agree.
I guess
10,
most
8,
players
4.
would bet the flop.
A little bit of discussion here,
I didn't.
I checked.
Alright.
broken out, but
Yeah.
Tom is still
Why would
playing
you
the most pots.
That is fair.
Well, he's just called on the small blind here with a 4-5 of diamonds.
Tony's been very careful against him, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think Tony wants to play. Tony's
I remember.
Tony's caught the queens.
You couldn't even remember whether you had a 7 or an 8, right? Or 6, 7?
And now, does it make better sense for Tony to call here, or is
Yeah, Tony will just call him and oh, he's raised him. Wow.
Scarred.
I guess he's hoping that Tom's got a 9 a minute. I don't know why he's raised you, really. You can only call him with a 9. It'd definitely been better off just to call in this situation with Tony and hope he fires another bullet at it.
I mean, it feels to me, Devilfish, like Tony's just decided to do the opposite thing from what makes sense every time against Dwan, thinking that that's going to catch him. I don't know. Or is he just silly?
Well, he's just played. Look at this. What's going on here?
Cool.
You know,
You
when
can
you
say
beat me in
the
the
all
World
in thing.
Series,
At least he was a nice guy that beat me.
when you beat me in the World Series, I wasn't.
What is Dwan thinking about right now? Is he thinking about bluffing this?
And I like
Oh, he's got a bluff now. He's got no hand and no draw, but I don't know what he's thinking about.
can back 3 that better. That's what they.
It was like 500,000,
No,
wasn't it?
330. 330.
Check.
Yeah.
Tony's trying to make it look like he has a 9.
I don't know what. I don't know what either one's thinking.
You're just sick both ways, Dev.
I mean, Dwan has to have a bet now. How much is in the pot? 42,000. He's probably going to bet about 20,000, because I don't think he's got it in him to just check fold.
Double digits is good.
Tony's licking his lips.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the 7 come on the river, Devilfish. That means the kicker is
Yeah.
absolutely immaterial at
Yeah,
this
Tony's
stage.
going to move all in now. Maybe. he doubles a bet, then Dwan might move on and do something stupid.
Raise it.
Raise. You need a third 5. So pass.
Devilfish, this is the second time Tony has gotten money off Tom Dwan. Has he played his hands well? Has he outthunk him?
To do something.
I don't think Tony's done anything against Tom Dwan except outflop him, really. I mean, he hasn't played good poker against him. He threw the ace-jack away and you know, and he checked the kings and sixes, you know, when he should have been betting.
It's been 2 levels, Devilfish, and look at this. Juha Helppi, Tony G out front now, and Tom Dwan's bet frequency, 52%.
Yeah, right.
Well, the blinds are up to 3 and 6,000 now,
You didn't watch it,
five-handed.
you don't know
I mean,
the
if
players
anyone
yet.
questions
I might have been.
guys like Hellmuth and Helppi, their
A little
commitment,
bit.
their desire to
Put a
win,
few hands.
just watch what they've done so far tonight, Devilfish. But Hellmuth's down to 55,000.
Raise to 15,000.
Yeah, almost in bad shape.
Chip leader has to raise once.
Excited to see how Tom Dwan responds now.
Oh, that's a Tom Dwan. We know he's going to just smooth call this, I think. Yeah, I wish he'd have raised it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not to know he can get on, is he? But
Well, he's the type of kid who is going to get on. That's the point. This is good for Dwan actually, because there's less chance of a jack or a queen coming out on the flop, and if it comes a low flop, I think they might get the money in. So this is good for Dwan. The fact that a jack queen has been folded.
Helppi's got more chips than Dwan by about 30K, but
we need a 5-5-7 flop. It says it's about close enough for me that I guess the money's going to go in here. Let's get it in.
And there is no way Juha can escape this, is there?
Well, I mean, there is. I mean, there's a straight there. If it had come like 5-5-4 or something. You got to put a raise in here, son. If he raises, he might get all the money. If he just calls, he ain't going to get all the money.
And it is, I mean, it is the feature of Tom's game that he plays so many pots, he makes so many moves that when he picks up a big hand like this, he can get paid off, right?
Exactly right. I mean, if he could be making a move with a 6 in his hand, with a flush draw in his hand, it's all going to go through Juha's mind. If he raises, I think he's going to get the lot. But he's got a chance of getting the lot. But if he just calls, he ain't going to get it.
Come on.
There you go. That's the move, baby. That's the move. Now what you are going to do here? See, now Juha's going to think to himself that he won't do that move with a set. He won't do that move with a straight.
97 more.
It's pretty much as a cold deck situation for Juha, isn't there? I mean, aren't there too many draws Tom could do this with? Or?
Oh, no, there is. I mean, obviously he could do it with a straight draw or flush draw, but, you know, which is why he might get paid.
95 more.
I mean, Juha's made a good laydown against Tom Dwan already, but even if he is in some kind of race, is it? I mean, 95 to win 168, or is that not what you should be thinking about here? Should he?
Call.
He's called him.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, he played it perfect this time, did Dwan.
He did an 84% for Tom Dwan to come back and be top again.
Well, Juha's best chance here, oh, well, obviously besides a 10, is a spade to come off, obviously.
Just the 6 of spades will give him the most out, huh?
No, well, that's a total blank. He's dead to a 10 now.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
It is Juha will have a couple chips left.
No.
And but Tom Dwan's got most of them now. 263,000 up, down, and up again.
Can I get the tea?
Is Tom going to keep these chips the same way he kept the last ones? Just keep them in play and put the pressure on?
I mean, don't ask me what Tom's going to do. You know. I mean, there was an horse running around loose at Beverly Races, you know, and I had more chance of saying what that was going to do.
Raise to 16,000 total. Pass. Pass.
And Juha trying to. I mean, obviously we know Juha's ahead here. He knows that Tom has to call the re-raise with any 2 cards. Is the ace-8 far enough ahead of Tom's range right now to be raising?
Well, I think he's going to move it in, actually. But the trouble is, if he's got like a jack queen, for instance, Dwan, or any 2 cards over the 8, you know, there's not a lot in it. And Juha would sooner put the money in, raise himself and pick the blinds up than have to have a raise situation.
So tactically, there are some reasons to fold here then, even if he thinks he's a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he's called it. Anyway.
27?
Yeah, 27.
Radical.
Quick call from Tom Dwan and Juha on the felt here.
Yeah,
60K.
Well, I think we should see a king come smoking off you.
You said 27, right?
Yeah.
I think if Tom could call this out, he'd rather see the card on the river, so put the most pain in early to Helppi. It's only 60-40, but for Juha, his heat life.
Well, that's a good flop for you, huh?
Look good.
Look really good.
Yeah, it's almost a 9.
77%. Ace would end it.
Yep. It's another good one. This should be where it comes off.
King or 9.
I think UI's going to win this one.
Running swift here.
Yeah, he's won it.
And the Finn showed enough heart
to
make the move he knew he had to make, and he's back in it.
Thank you.
I mean, if you feel like any of the 4 guys besides Tom would be happy with 6 points here, they're all well in the hunt for it. Second place. Just try and get to the heads up, right?
I'll be happy with 2 points, Jesse.
Is that in one heat or for the league total?
No, for the league total.
The old pass. Not even still, though. It's weird that they had to refill it like 2/3.
Saving.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Economical.
I mean, the stakes that Durrr plays online,
Slow as well
Devilfish,
to
he
get,
can
so it come
win
up.
or lose the entire
Pace,
prize
pace.
pool in this tournament in the night. But I think
And
he's
then you
serious
want
about
to
this
be
because he's got a chance to play against
Here we go.
against the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, having money, a lot of money in the bank helps, you know, when you play these things. You know, no pressure on really. I know, you know, there's a lot less pressure on me these days than there would have been a few years ago playing this.
Right,
But
16,000.
it's a big buy-in, 75,000. It's not a small buy-in.
It is big buy-in. And I wonder. Now, Tony has stayed completely out of his way all night long. What's this about?
40 and 50.
I guess Tony's just fed up of folding, and he realizes that he's making himself look, you know, a bit of a, you know, on TV, not making himself look good.
Straight draw for Tony G.
Yeah, straight draw, but really hasn't got anything much. And Dwan's got nothing.
Tony is the only player at the table who's got chips to do some serious damage to Dwan. He's got more than half his stack.
22,000.
Now what's Tony going to do here with his middle? He can't really call and up, just catch a middle pin straight. It's not a great hand to move in with a middle pin straight draw. Against somebody who's as aggressive as Tony, you know, if Tony's got like a overplay, he's going to throw it away.
Wow, he's even running over Tony G.
He's been running over you as well, Phil.
Sometimes you get a lot of
Well,
good
if Tony
hands
was
early.
up here,
Tony
he would
G.
say,
You get run
you need
over?
the heart and commitment.
Unbelievable. I've never seen you let someone run you over before, ever.
You know, Phil's trying to wind Tony up against him, but Phil's playing
Have you
just the
ever
same
seen
game.
Tony let somebody run him over? You
Through the
I mean,
A6 of
really?
hearts away, right?
Not kidding.
On
Never,
the button.
right?
Holding like 2 hands.
He just moves in, and Tony just comes over the top of
Like
the
very
flop.
dry flops when you just call.
Phil's trying to get him. Phil don't want to see this Tom get too big a stack, so he wants to see it.
Yeah.
It's true, the quality of my hands is
Raise
disproportionate to the amount of wine drunk.
16,000
But
total.
somebody won a glass.
Pass.
I have a better hand than you, I guarantee it.
No, you didn't. You never actually,
Pass.
Vicky. Don't guarantee anything.
Aces, but if you had a better hand than mine, you would have called immediately.
Dwan's raised from the big blind, and
Oh.
Maybe I had a nice.
Hellmuth has called. I think Dwan, he's
I don't
raised
think so.
every time, and Phil's just called here. He's got like half his stack in Devilfish.
Yeah, it's his terrible play. Should have
He
moved
needs
all
to
in.
move?
He had to move in there. What's he going to try and
You
catch?
can call blind now.
He should have moved in.
Is he playing a stop and go?
There you go, look. Unbelievable.
Checked.
No, Dwan's caught the king, look. No,
Running over.
Make me play 5
Every
because
hand.
of you. I am.
Now
unbelievable.
he's even betting all in flies.
You think that was a tactical error from
Yeah, I
Phil?
know.
that's pretty
I
Of
don't-
course it was,
I really,
yeah.
I really don't mind you, huh? I mean, as long as I see the tape afterwards.
Unbelievable.
Ivy used to try to run me over too, and then after I
No
saw the
one's trying
tape,
to
it
run
stopped.
over you. You're just running back.
Unbelievable. That was bad play from Phil Hellmuth for that.
I mean, I probably should have just moved in here. I had a better hand than you moved in with ace
Could
eight.
you fold any 2 cards now if you were Phil Hellmuth?
I might call in the dark, actually. I mean, I might just, if someone raises, I might just throw it in the dark, not bother looking. You know, any two cards can win at this game, and you just can't keep folding.
Raised to 13,000 total.
Oh, look at Tony G. Now, what would Tony do here? He's finally...
Oh.
See, just call with ace queen. What's the point of that? I don't know. I just don't understand it. It's like they're all scared, you know.
Does it have something to do with Phil's stack?
No, I don't think so. If he re-raises, there's more chance Phil will throw his underwear. You know, if Phil don't want to take two people on, you know, with big hands, with any random two cards, a raise was definitely the move there.
What would you want to do here with Juha's hand? I mean, do you want to try and peel off a 5 for the flop? Is it worth it? It's 10,000 it costs him.
Well, he knows that Dwan can raise with anything. He's
only 1 point difference.
He's probably not even worried about his hand. He's wondering what Tony G smoked call with.
What would you do with Juha's hand right
Well, you've got to throw it away or move in. I mean, I think. But I mean, you don't want to put 13,000 in to try and catch another 10,000 to try and catch a 5. I don't think. Not when you got that sort of money left. What's he got? 40 something.
Yeah, 45,000.
You put 25% of your stack in trying to catch a 5.
Pass.
And I mean, Dwan will know that he can put a lot of pressure on Tony G now because, well, I mean, Tony's not going to really want to risk his stack with the 2 short stacks out there, is he?
Well, Tony's played bad again. Ace queen here. You know, he should have re-raised. Knowing the sort of hands that that he can raise with. As it happens, if it goes check here, I guess the jack's going to peel off.
Check.
What's Tony going to do now with his ace queen?
Looks like he's been trying to keep the pot small up to this point, but I mean, checking would be a bit silly, wouldn't it?
Well, he's giving him a free card, you know. I mean, he could have hands up where that, you know.
He has checked.
Well, if
the king or jack.
Yeah. No. He was lucky there with king or a jack. He was in bad shape. Well, he won't check it this time, but will Dwan check it? There's no way this is going to be a big pot, I don't think, anyway. You know, Dwan might, if Dwan checks, Tony will bet, and Dwan will throw it away. And
I mean, Devilfish, if you were sitting in Tom Dwan's spot right now, I mean, what kind of hand could you put Tony G on?
First raise, 24,000 re-raised, all in.
Well, that's the end of that.
You got a raise is about 70 odd
How much is
thousand
it?
more.
It's too much money. 75,000. You know, you don't know that's only a flop to set.
75,000 more.
I guess I can fold for that much.
Yeah, I guess you can, buddy. I guess you didn't have to bet it.
You just can't ever have anything unless you flop really huge. I fold. I had the king high, but I seriously, like, if you had 20,000 less, I call. He doesn't call pre-flop with 2 deuces. You had exactly enough that if you go all in, I get to re-raise all in. That's why I raise so small. I'm sure Tony noticed that. He plays the PLO online, notices you hate when you call and you strand the dead money when the short stack
I think he flopped a huge hand. That's my prediction.
I was shoving. I was check shoving. I had a gutter. King 10 of hearts. Or I was planning on shoving at least.
Do you think Tom's going to be surprised when he finds out what Tony's had all these hands?
And showed me a set.
So he's playing very funny, isn't he?
Well, Tony, Tony shouldn't have been seeing a flop there, really, but it came down perfect and he got an extra 24,000. So he'll be happy with it.
He's great, Tony G, isn't he?
You know, he's playing he's not playing with a lot of heart and commitment like he says this time.
Yeah. On the turn, I was like, what the hell do I do? Do you have 6-7 suited? But
I could not.
All in.
Here comes Juha.
Yeah, you don't want any action here.
25. I need an exact count.
Yeah, you must have an exact count with that queen 9. I mean, damn, that's 45? A big hand to throw.
Total, so 39 now, I think.
Really?
10, 20, 35, 39,000 more.
Really think about this, Tom.
This was really close.
Obviously, if he knew what Juha had, he'd call it.
Oh, yeah, his chips will be in there by now.
Alright.
He's calling anyway.
Call.
Yeah.
He'll probably win it as well.
It is healthy all in.
Good chip.
And
wow, I was shoving with Queen 8.
Queen 9.
I called with it too.
It's not a good flop. Oh, backdoor flush draw. I like those though.
Even backdoor.
93,000 there. I'll be right back in it.
No backdoor split.
You can't get one. It's impossible.
There it is, no danger. Boom. The US face is sick. And there's a 9 just in case.
All right, Juha.
No bagels today.
Well, I don't know if Helppi's going to meet Tom Dwan again in this Premier League. I think he is. I'm not sure if he'll be looking forward to it. Tom owned him tonight, didn't he?
I didn't want to hang on just because Phil's chip stack was low, because Tom was stealing every pot. I decided that I'm going to play against Tom to try to win the heat, and that cost me the 4th place maybe, but that difference is only 1 point. If I double up against Tom in the hand I went all in with, I have 100,000 and I have a good chance of winning again.
I'm not trying to challenge you. English is your language, yes, yes. I kneel down to that.
There you go, Phil. This is worth it.
There's Hellmuth going all in with his 12,000. I guess
imagine if he
no
calls.
choice.
Let me be the one.
Do you think he might decide just to call here and save some for the fun? I mean, if there's anybody who would, there can only be 2 players in the world who wouldn't stick it all in here.
Oh, I smell a fold coming.
Helmuth and Surinder
Oh,
Sunar.
if I hadn't said that,
It's called Devilfish.
That's very stylish.
That's
That's the most stylish thing I've seen in this tournament so far.
Isn't it giving Tom Dwan a chance? I mean, what?
Well, John's got deuce 5. As he that.
It's Tango.
But I mean, what is Helmuth's rationale?
I have no idea. What's he going to do? Fold if he misses the flop?
Question is, what if I'm betting the flop?
I don't get
bet
it.
6? Should I bet 8?
I mean, let's supposing that it came down something like 8-10 jack.
Yeah.
As it happens, is it the ace, of course? Now he's not. Now he's not going to get his other 6,000. He's thrown 12,000.
6,000.
Oh no. Good old Tony G. Good old Tony G is betting it with no hand. Oh, he's got a 6, Tony. Well, Tony would have called him anyway on the big line.
That seems like an odd hand to choose, too.
I don't know.
There you go, 6-9. Well, he stopped talking now. That's
I don't
quieting him
think
down a
you
bit.
did this year. Last year you did that a bunch, but I don't think this year you did. Yesterday, last year you took 10 jack against my ace king and all these weird.
In the high-low, that's very popular. That's 6-9.
Okay, good night, Phil.
3 on the river and 3 points for Phil.
Good game.
On your bike. You've done well, though. You've waited for that bike all night. You've got to be proud of it.
Can I just say, even though you went out with that hand, you played it beautifully. You really did.
Yeah,
It was a
Vicky.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, he played it great.
Almost played it like
Well, I know one thing, Durrr. You and I are going to play tomorrow, son, because I'm going to watch every hand you play from here on out.
So
I told you most of them already.
Well, 3 very happy people there have all outlasted Phil, Hellmuth, and Tom Dwan. That's a statement he made to Phil. Beat him at his own game tonight.
I thought Durrr was playing a certain way. He was playing a certain way, and but he took it to even more of an extreme than I thought. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. And because the style he's using is not a successful style for almost anybody. We all gave up that style a long time ago. And he's just playing way too fast, and I think it's going to come back to haunt him, because I'm not sure he can slow down.
Points per heat. You're going to be in good shape for making the final table. And right now, Vicky Coren, she'll feel like she's achieved her objective.
Did you say 4 points or no points?
4 points.
No, because I got no points.
If you can average no points in every heat, it's going to be tough.
I don't remember what I have. Alright, now I remember.
Tony's limped here. And everybody's got a pair.
6,000.
Quick fold from Vicky, but what's Tom going to do?
God knows. Well, Tony wants to see a diamond here. 8 of diamonds would be a nice card for him. There's a 7 of diamonds, it was close. Now he's got the ace and the nut flush draw. He likes his hand a lot better now. Don't bet it, Tom, don't bet it. Just wait for the 9 of clubs to come up.
I check.
That's the first time Tom has just decided that when Tony checks.
He's just realised what check means.
Yeah. He's just realised that Tony is.
No point betting. I mean, there's no point betting.
Oh, misvalue. I check.
Check.
That was clever stuff by Dwan. Well, he's finally caught on, hasn't he?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Miss value,
Well,
all right?
pass the jack. So we all hit it.
Folded the jack.
I did.
A pair.
Even though I have to
Like
be
two
somewhere. Can you
pairs of
believe
the
it?
same
I
card?
had a pair. I've got to be somewhere. I still passed the jack. I'm a total.
Fine, so 5-10 now, please.
Well, it took Tom Dwan. I don't think
Nice
he's ever
answer.
played against Tony G before Devilfish. It's taken him, well, half of the
not
first
usually,
heat.
at
I don't
least.
think he's ever going to bet Tony's hands for him ever again.
I might call turn. I probably call turn. I mean, I might call river, but it's not very likely. Turn, I don't know. It'll be close. Need to do a soul read.
Mike Moore check raising. Not flush draw.
Oh, you had the nut flush draw too?
Well, it looked to me like Tony was a bit scared there that Tom might re-raise him if he bet the time, and he wanted to try and, you know, keep it low and see a diamond, you know.
Alright.
Tony's limping to death here.
As the jack, I knew he was going to put the jack out there.
This is a good situation for Tony G.
$17,000.
Tony might want to try and end it here.
Cool.
No, he's just called with a straight and a flush draw there again, you see. No, I don't like that again, look.
Devilfish, I mean, every time that you've predicted what Juha Helppi or Phil Hellmuth might do, they've done it. Every time you predict what Tony G would be the sensible thing, he seems to do the opposite.
Well, you know, Tony's playing a bit of scared poker at the moment. You don't want to make big pots. You don't want to give Dwan a chance to move all in over the top of him.
And is he going to be guilty of winning the minimum here?
I mean, Dwan should check it, really. There's nothing he can beat.
I was just saying, what's he going to hope to get paid off?
Hey,
by?
exactly. No point betting, you know. But he can't help himself.
28,000.
You called fast. I have a jack.
It's no good.
Another pot for
Blank
Tony
pot.
G, who's
Well, I was crossing myself
actually,
for passing it, and then everybody
he's the
had
new
one.
chip leader,
Yeah,
Devilfish.
no.
Is he on his way to winning this heat?
Well, he's, you know, he's,
I passed before the flop on that occasion.
you know, he's catching the deck now. And they're putting the cards down in the middle there for both of them. They're both catching a bit of it, and he's got the best of it every time. I mean, he could have been winning a lot more if he played a lot better.
He's definitely come in here with a strategy to.
Can we get rid of some of these yellows?
I don't know.
Just like really quick style.
Don't worry, you're going to get rid of them the way you're going, buddy.
Yeah, just really quick. We don't need to get rid of all of them, but just most.
Pass.
I mean, if you could say something to Tom Dwan right now about how to play Tony G, what would it be, Devilfish?
Not even going to fake fold this time.
Well, you know, I just time to tighten up. Wait till the god heads up. You know, play a bit tighter and try and wait for a few hands because he's going to get paid off. Nobody believes anything he's doing. And, you know, and try and put the brakes on when you bet the flop. You get called. Don't keep firing away, you know. Because they're definitely not calling him with no hands.
$16,000. Pass.
You got that right.
You see, I mean, really, you'd think the way he's playing, he's going to win the money because every time they both miss, he's going to take the pot. But unfortunately, they're both catching. You know, at the moment, they've both been catching a bit of the flop.
You're like 90, Vicky?
Yeah, I think it's like 101 altogether, and 10 of it's in there.
Alright.
But we're not being exact.
Still get second.
That'd be pretty sick.
I don't think I would do it.
About halfway through level number 3.
She's still got 101, roughly.
You'd hate it. You'd hate it.
Level number 4 even. And not much between Dwan and G.
Cool.
The difference is, I mean,
I'm
Tom
giving you a very
Dwan's...
easy ride today. Being very friendly with you, building a relationship further, developing our relationship.
But it's been like a clock, hasn't it? I mean, Dwan's betting the flop and Tony
No
G's
reason.
passing.
I don't like the way plays a nice flop for 2 frees here.
Sooner or later, is Tony G going to have a surprise in store for Dwan? Is he going to move?
He's already had a couple of surprises. No, I don't think he's going to move with nothing. I think he needs a hand to move against Tom.
That time I was shoving pre-flop. Didn't have much, but enough to shove.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I had a
short,
deuce
so.
in my hands. I needed a 3.
Well, he's telling Tony that he showed stack, then Tony's got Barry's money.
I had a deuce.
Well, I mean, I figured you haven't raised so many in a row that you might be like, all right, this is the time if you look down at anything.
This was the time.
But you got a deuce, so.
It's a bit different with respect to Rocket. It's not so simple.
I agree.
And you're all in happy today. So
One thing, Devilfish, I think Tom is, he's adjusted his format very quickly. You got to feel like he's going to be absolutely ready next time. As well.
Yeah, I agree with you. If anyone finds an ace here, they're going to move over the top here and they're going to be in terrible trouble.
26,000 for a pass.
Oh, here she goes. I just had a feeling someone was going to do that.
Well, it's winning at the moment.
Wow. I had a 9.
It's a good idea by Vicky, wasn't it? But
that's good. Maybe that brings you luck. I mean, Queen 9's been lucky.
That means there's plenty of queens.
But I had Queen 9. He had a queen that he folded.
Yeah.
So.
King Jack.
all in, but 200K in the center.
Oh, that was a queen behind there. I saw a picture.
Queen's hard to get.
Little lady from Kokomo.
There's the ace ball, and that's the end of that.
Hold on.
Good game.
I just knew that one of them was going to move over the top of it.
Good luck. Have a great evening. See you soon.
Have fun.
It'll be 4 points for the teacup, Vicky Coren. And Devilfish, she should be quite proud of taking those out. It was a hard heat for her to get any points out of, really.
I think it's fine. Obviously, it's nice to begin with 10 points, and then you can mess around more in the second heat. But 4 points is, it's respectable. If I collected 4 every heat, I'd be in pretty good shape.
Well, it's down to 2, Devilfish. Heads up in this second heat of the league. And Tom Dwan, first time in the Premier League, and what a revelation he has been. Up, down, all around. And now a 2-1 chip lead on last year's league table leader, Tony G.
4-3-2.
Yeah, and I just think Tony G's, he's just a bit, he's a bit scared of this kid. I think he knows the guy's prepared to put all his chips in on a draw. Or on a marginal hand, so he's got to be careful. And basically, I think Tony G's got to hit a big flop, to get all his money in there and beat this kid.
I mean, look at these stats. Dwan's won 30 hands at Tony's 10, and he's played 3 times as many nearly.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think everything favors Dwan heads up. You'd think so, but we've seen things happen in the Premier League where. It sends the cold shiver down your spine.
And let's be honest, though. I mean, Tony G's clever enough. He's been in this situation plenty of times before. He'll know that his best shot may be of just trying to ram and jam, right?
Well, I mean, look at this career. Look, if a queen comes down. Well, it never came down. Very lucky for Tom.
I mean, Tom Dwan is the kind of guy, Devilfish.
You got it. We should play PLO.
We should.
A little more action.
Be a lot more fun.
As long as this stays sort of small blinds, they're only 5 and 10 now. This is where he lives on the internet. Heads up, hold 'em, no limit.
Those big sweat in those 50,000 chip pots.
Yeah, sweating that one.
Do you think, Devilfish, that Tony G has sort of slow played so many hands against Durrr?
Look at his aces here, heads up, unbelievable. The coups that this Amanda, this dealer deals out. Is it Amanda dealer?
No worries.
No, it's Catherine, excuse me. Unbelievable, the coups that get out. The aces heads up. Wow, I wonder what the price is. I think it's probably somewhere near about 300 and something to 1 heads up.
And is Tom going to get himself in trouble right now?
Well, he might win it. He's got a straight draw and he's got a pair. I hope Tony don't. If Tony raises here, I hope Dwan don't move all in or anything stupid. He could do. He could do, yeah. Tony's going to raise for definite.
Raised 50,000 total.
Dwan can't get away from it, can he?
Don't move all in, Dwan. He's desperate to move all in. Look at him. He just got that much gambling in him. He just can't. Don't move it in there, buddy. Don't do it.
I mean, from Dwan's point of view, is there anything Tony could have made a raise with that he's willing to pass for the re-raise?
This kid's just desperate to throw it in there and gamble.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just call it, son. Peel one off, and that's it. Good. Well played.
Well, the 4, the deuce, or the 6 is what Dwan needs.
If he hits any one of those cards, well, maybe not. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, any of those cards, I think he's going to get all the money.
Will that club slow things down? No, Tony's got the ace.
Yeah, that's better for Tony. No, can Dwan get away from this?
Check.
Well, we've seen Dwan with all the aggression, Devilfish. I mean, is he also good enough to make a laydown?
Tony don't like this now. Tony's wondering what he's calling with. Has he got 2 pair on the flop, or did he have a flush draw?
Devilfish, there's 120,000 out there. I mean, can Tony afford to check this?
Well, you know, Tony wants to move in, but he's a bit... He's wary. Look, he's frightened. If we had the app on it and now it starts, I mean, just about ready to blow up. You don't like it? Yeah, unless he's on the hand, only move all in.
Pass.
Well, Devilfish, they criticized Tony's heart and commitment. He found the heart there.
Well, he didn't like it. You could see.
He didn't love it, did he?
Yeah. Probably do.
Those 4 points, I mean, they're so crucial right now. Everybody else in this heat is grafted for 4 points.
Yep.
Ace-9 is big enough to call pretty much a re-raise with, isn't it?
Ace-9 suited, it's a big hand heads up. King-8's not so good. I like to see Tony do a movie and re-raise, because this Dwan will probably shovel it in and let's go. Yeah.
Well, the raise is 16,000 more. This pot's big already now. I mean, these guys are pretty much playing even stacks, so it's deep here.
Yep.
And they've both missed. Who's going to win it?
Check.
Well, you got a fancy Dwan winning it.
Should he find a continuation bet here? Does he have to?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he gun shy?
Check.
Wow. What's going on here? I don't know.
And, Tony's going to like that card, isn't he?
40,000.
Well, I don't know what's on it. See, but Dwan could ship any. I mean, he could do. No. I don't like the way he's playing now.
Devilfish, did he play that one just too weak for you?
He should have. I mean, you got a bet on the button. You know, it's come 7-4, whatever it came. 7-4 jack. I mean,
has Tony G sort of sold him a story here that if he calls him before the flop, he's got something big?
I don't know. I mean, there wasn't a lot Tony could have had there, really. I mean, he's checked it. He's got to put a bet in.
Cool.
Every time Tony wins a pot, he gets more confident.
He's a tough man to beat when he's very confident, isn't he?
Yep. See, you can't be calling with hands like this, you know. Or he's raising, that's okay. You can raise with hands like this.
Raise 18,000 more.
Well, I mean, it just feels like
Cool.
all of a sudden Tony has got his number.
Let's just hope a king don't come now, because if a king comes,
Have we folded?
Dwan's going to follow through him.
Over flop.
Well, he's got himself out of position, Devilfish, in a big pot.
He's got the 6.
And he's been out-flopped.
Yeah, but he's been out-flop, but if he puts a big bet in here, I don't think Tony's going to call him with a bottom pair. 9-10's pretty scary counts.
It's like all of a sudden, Devilfish, he's lost his...
He lost his way a little bit. See, I mean, if you raise out of position with Jack 3, you're always going to be bluffing on the flop.
34,000. Cool.
Wow.
And, I mean, that call by Tony G, that has to scare Dwan because, you know, he knows that Tony could have a top pair here, doesn't he?
No, because you'd assume if Tony had top pair to raise, why would you want to call with a flush draw there and a straight draw there? You know, that's a beautiful card now for Dwan to take this now. But can he do it? If he puts a bet in here now, Tony's going to throw this hand away so quick. Come on, son, you've got to bet it. You've got to bet it, kid. Don't be giving it up. Don't be checking it. Come on. Come on, pal. Don't take too long. Just bet it. Having anything around about 50, 60,000. He's got no hand. He has to bet. I mean, he's got himself into this situation.
He's got himself into it. He just has to accept it, huh?
You raise out of position with the Jack 3. You get yourself into it where you're running without the ball. And once you get running, you can't stop.
You say if you can't fire 2 bullets, you shouldn't be here, huh?
That's right. Now Tony has to throw this hand away now.
Is Tony, is he considering a call or is he considering trying to make a move?
He's not going to make a move, I don't think. And he can't call. It's impossible to call. What does he want to catch if he calls? I mean, if the guy's got a flush or a straight, what do you want to catch? Nothing. Yeah, Tony's going to throw it in the dustbin. No, well played, Dwan, baby. Well played, son. That could be the game changer, that one hand right there. But don't do it again, for God's sake.
Been a couple of swings already since this heads-up started. And Dwan, he's gone way down and now back in it.
Yeah, he's fought back into it. I just hope he can slow down a little bit. It shows that he hasn't only got one gear. Because, you know, you need a couple of gears to win at poker.
Now, as far as Tony G is considered,
Not a good
Devilfish,
turn card for King 6.
I know.
what would you tell him as far as the best way to beat Tom Dwan?
Still not a good turn card.
I think Tony's got to play. He's got to play more aggressive. I mean, he called him there with bottom pair. You know, now if the guy's got you beat, he's going to bet again, and if he ain't got you beat, he's probably going to bet again. And what are you going to do with your king? You know, with it down. You know.
So he has to put Tom to some decision. So
yeah.
26 total.
I guess he was trying to catch a spade to give him the flush draw, 6 or a king, but you can't rely on that.
Well, here he is peeling off a flop again.
Yeah, out of position with the king 8.
Now, last time
10-6.
Devilfish, Tom Dwan, he missed the continuation bet on the flop.
He certainly did, yeah. He slowed down, but he's got the chips back. He's got his momentum back again.
Should he bet here?
Oh, he'll bet here for definite. He's caught the second pair in 8. Yeah, he'll be betting this for definite.
Check.
Oh, unless he checks it. I mean, why is it? Oh, yeah. Now we know why he checked it. You see.
Check.
Now there's no way Tony G is going to put him on an 8. I'll tell you that. Now, if he puts a little bet in here now, Tony might do something daft on re-raise, and that would be sweet. Just bet about 25,000, and let's see Tony come over the top here. That's it. This kid does think a bit like me sometimes, except I would have bet the flop, of course. Oh, now Tony might do something here, because this does look like a steal. No, he's throwing it straight away. Well, that just shows you that Tony's either not thinking straight or he's playing weak, because you can't really put that guy on a, you know, on an 8 there or a queen there, right, Jess? You know, he's checked in on the button. I mean, you'd think everything favours Dwan heads up. You'd think so. But, you know, we've seen things happen in the Premier League where, you know, it sends the cold shiver down your spine.
And let's be honest, though. I mean, Tony G's clever enough. He's been in this situation plenty of times before. He'll know that his best shot may be of just trying to ram and jam, right?
Well, if Tony finds a raggy old ace, he might just re-raise it. Yeah, he's going. Oh. Look at this. Listen, I don't like. Oh, I think this is where Tony's going to win. This is Tony's best shot, you know.
Well, I think Tony knew that, doesn't he? Devilfish? I mean, this is what he was looking for. Look, 484,000 in the pot. It is G all in, but every chance.
No danger then. Dirty, filthy 8s.
You got a backdoor flush though. I don't
Ah, like so sick. This is let Tony G. You know, give him the match here.
Would be good. Oh, it was a red card too.
Now I need the board to pick.
This is so sick.
Tony G.
Rigged.
No dates with a 8. A date with an 8.
How good's he feeling right now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Tony's played terrible and managed to get all the chips. It's sick.
Next time.
Threw it all in there. You know,
look at
this. You're going to change that. No danger. Look. Wow, sick.
Qualified.
That's so sick. He was outplaying him, and then he's decided to give him it all in a coin flip shoot situation.
I wish I had more chips.
Did Tom Dwan make a mistake there by?
Yeah.
Or is that just what has to happen? If a guy wants a race, is he going to get one?
Well, you know, I just knew when he was raising with the 8s that Tony G was going to do that move. It's just unlucky. He could have just as easy had ace 5 or ace 4 or something.
Oh, now it's more.
And then Dwan would have been in a lot better position. But basically, Tony just decided he can't outplay the guy, so let's just stick all the chips and hope I get lucky, you know?
I never do chop five.
I mean, under the circumstances, Devilfish, I think it's a pretty good strategy that Tony's employing.
Well, I think I'd do one right now, I think. There aren't too many times, but now we'll do one of them. I do not have a lot of chips, huh?
Well, he's only 2 hands away from being in bad shape again, too. I mean, if Tom Dwan moves in, he's got 116,000 left.
I'm all in.
I don't know if he's got 100. He doesn't have...
Well, that's what the chat says.
Oh, yeah, it might be about... It's about 50, 60.
Let's see. At least I'm in front.
What's he got here? 8 what? I wish he chose his card so we could tell him what to do.
8, 10 here, Devil?
Well, as long as he's got a card over 3, I hope he calls.
Oh.
Yeah, 8, 10. Oh, get it in there, son. Yeah, shove it in, buddy.
Oh, that's just terrible.
What's terrible? Just shove it in there. Call.
You think he's got the price here?
Well, he can do a double. I mean, he's just lost with the
All
best.
right, you got it.
No, I don't like that.
Flip over a jack.
Yeah, queen.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, what?
At least I'm in front with the queen 3. It's sick that you know it's true.
Queen 3.
You know it's true too once I start thinking. I'm supposed to call versus that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let yourself go too low before you call and all that.
What if you flip up like queen 9? I'm not.
It's probably one of the better hands I could have in the situation.
Right.
People can't understand it. I call the WPT heads up. So, Jack 4. I called all in.
Well, Tony's got the bell bragging going now anyway. You know.
When the antes are so big. Okay, I call.
Looks like an ace there.
All right, live cards. I mean for you.
For you and for me, for both.
What's he got this time?
Ace 5 for Tony G.
Deuce Jack. See, this time he's in a lot better shape, lost worse shape than he was in last time.
Like 5-4.
Yeah, you might hit this. I'll take a 5.
I think.
There's the ace, devil.
No danger.
Right.
No danger.
Negative expectations.
He should have had it in last time.
I guess like half the deck gives me a gut shot.
Can we
Well, you know, Tony G's played. I don't think he's played good. And he's got very lucky. He just shoveled it in there with that 10 Jack.
Good game, buddy.
He's put them all on the bike tonight. He was the points leader in Premier League 2, Devilfish, and he started this one off with the bang.
Oh, we need
Don't get excited, yeah. Tom's a great player. I mean, he ran the table all day, and I kind of sat back because I was on his left, and was kind of just letting him run the show, and I was just hanging in, you know, playing behind him. But I wasn't afraid to play any pots with him. I thought Phil Hellmuth was absolutely disgraced himself today. That's the truth. I mean, he's outclassed. But, I know he's got the game, so he'll probably come back, but he's absolutely outclassed today.
Let's have a look at the league standings after 2 heats. Everybody in the Premier League has now played once, and of course, Tran and Tony G top of the pops based on their victories. Eastgate and Dwan, though, should be feeling pretty good about their tallies. In the playoff zone now. 4 points for Oberstadt and Coren based on their top 3 finish, and Andy Black and Phil Hellmuth probably could have gone out earlier, so should be happy to get that 3 on the board. Big trouble in the relegation zone. Poor start for DeWolf and Helppi, and the Devilfish, him and Helppi both returning to this relegation zone. Nenad Medic, his first time in the Premier League, and it ain't starting off too well. Next time, what do 11 bracelets mean in the Premier League? Nothing if you can't handle the pressure.
Show us how world class you are.
I mean, he used to interview you, and now he's bullying you on TV like you're nothing.
I mean, Juha, you're really trying hard to be entertaining, but my God. You better leave that to me. I'm a pro.
Bagel.